Does. Okay, we're recording. Let's go. What's up, BlisstOut community? This is Christa's anthem. So this is Creativity, Music, and Wellness doing its best in the world. It's Leanne, your host. I got my sister, Christa Baker, here. We're playing some music that makes her heart smile.
How can you feel sad with this song on?
You know, it's music that fills my heart so much. And I got such a beautiful person here beside me today. Christa, thank you so much for showing up.
Thanks for having me.
So guys, with BlisstOut Fest coming up on April 25th, I've been doing my bits on my days off so that we can have you guys watch these wonderful podcast interviews. And I've been building another place for me to grow and to share with YouTube and do my best every day and every step of the way so that we can give you guys great content to keep you thriving and staying alive through these dark times. So we got a light on the other side of the screen. Her name is Christa Campbell. She's wearing a coffee t-shirt there today. I run on coffee.
I run on coffee and essentials.
But I know your coffee is quite magical. So we're going to get into the talk because we want to hear about all this amazing stuff that you do. Christa, tell me a little bit about your why work with you, and what is FSP Fitness?
All right, guys. Well, thanks for having me, first of all. So Christa Baker here. I am an online coach. I'm a gym owner, but unfortunately can't really use that right now. So I'm an online coach. FSP Fitness was my first business that I created. Just created a really amazing space for people to come and feel safe, mostly women, especially with little babies and stuff. And then Coaching with Christa was born just recently over the last year. So I think we'll probably get a little bit more into that a little down the throughout this interview. But yeah, that's me in a very short little bit.
Yeah, and with all the amazing things that you are, there's so much. I can't wait just to get into these conversations with you. There's, seeing a woman grow and come into her power. Christa definitely has come into her power, and not only on the external world, but in the internal world too. So that's something I'd like to highlight for our watchers. She's not just a coach on the outside. She's really, really there for you. Tell me a little bit, Christa, about what you're accountable in 2021 that you created mentally in 2020. And how are you putting that into action?
Okay, so obviously, like 2020 was a big year, I think, for everyone. I think having a chance to slow down gives us a chance to grow as long as we take that time. And so what happened for me over that last year has really, really impacted my business tenfold. So being a gym owner and being told I wasn't allowed to work for a long period of time was very challenging, especially because I just love working with people. I love connection, and that's what a lot of people come to me for, is to just feel loved and safe and just educated about their health. So in 2018, I became an online trainer. So I had more of a hybrid type business where I would be seeing people in person and then just taking care of their program design and, some challenges, some 30-day challenges, 60-day challenges through more of a, at home platform. So I already had that set up before the kind of world shut down, which was really amazing. But then what I did kind of over 2020 was I looked into hiring some business coaches. So I was invited into with the same schooling that I did my it was called OTA level 1. I was invited into the level 2, kind of passed the interviews, and got to work with some incredible coaches around the world. There's not even 100 of us yet. So I'm really proud of that. And that helped me really learn to extend. What we do is we help each other learn how to service our clients better. So, this really worked for me. We all have the same business. We don't run this, we run our own businesses, but we help each other grow. And when I say all around the world, there was people from Sweden and, all over Europe and Australia and throughout the whole States, and just so incredible to be with that group. So we took that time and just, we're able now to just kind of extend more, internationally, which has been really cool.
So it's kind of like a network in itself of fitness coaches and elite fitness coaches.
Oh yeah, some of the top actually our top vegan coach Her name's Karina Inkster. If you look her up on Instagram, or if you look her up her website, she's always ranked top 1 and 2. She's amazing. So it's like really cool connecting with all of these coaches around the world and just seeing how we can just serve better.
And it's good that you're keeping yourself educated so that you're always up to date with things for your clients. What a wonderful thing you did. And then how about family, kids at home now too? You're homeschooling or what?
So we, for the first little bit in March, it was, wow, okay, this is pretty crazy. And then, just rolled through the summer. Luckily had a couple friends where we would just trade our kids, like, okay, you take my kids so I can work, I'll take your kids so you can work. And we luckily had the opportunity to do that over the summer because it was a little bit, everything was shut down here, no camps and all that, right? Also being a police wife, my husband's a shift worker, so going through different transitions and changes in that field always has an effect on all of us. So trying to just be really flexible while still serving as many people as I possibly can, because my heart and my passion is to just help as many people that will let me. So now we're back into that lockdown. I guess we're taping this now in January of 2021. So here in Ontario, we're still not able to send our kids to school. So managing all of that during the day and just making sure that their joy and their light stays nice and high has been a priority as well. So just shift of the hours. We just have to, accommodate and roll with it. My community and my clients are amazing. So we just kind of vote for what time will work best for everyone. A lot of us have kids, some of us do, some of us don't. So we just work around each other.
It's a nice community service and sounds like you got some good faith there. Christa, tell me about Family First Fitness Coach. How many families have you had the chance to support with your work, and are there any special stories you'd like to share, and what's your signature program?
Okay, so Family First Fitness is a group I created on Facebook. It's just an organically grown group where I invite people in if they want to come in, and they can, I kind of run little challenges, and we talk about recipes. And I mean, so next week I'll give you a glimpse. We're going to talk about just how we can use stairs in daily life, or how we can use stairs, because we're inside right now a lot. So our challenge will be kind of a step challenge on stairs. And just kind of theme that through the week. And then I go in sometimes and just do some educational. I feel like I like to ask people what they're looking for help with. Hormones comes up a lot, different topics will come up. So I try to just share some education with people, kind of systematically. So that's FSP, or that's Family First Fitness. So that's my private group that we do on Facebook. And then, so what was another question?
The other one's about your signature program. Is it Power Master Plan or?
Yeah, so a couples plan. So when I was working with my coaches, we kind of, some of my business coaches, one of the things they said, who would you train for free? So I looked at the people that I was working with, and this one couple, Adam and Suzanne, they stood out to me. So Adam and Suzanne have been working with me for a while, and Adam was very, very diligent about using the app. And then they would come and see me once a week. Once a week, unfortunately, doesn't really work. Like a lot of people think it might, but for people that are trying to build habits, I like it as a check-in if they already have those habits established. So watching them grow together as a couple, then they slowly built a gym in their home. And then they started really influencing their 4 children, and their businesses grew. He got promoted because his confidence was just soaring. And just watching their growth. So when my coaches were like, who would you train for free? And I was like, Adam and Suzanne. If I could have more out of them, if I could attract more of that into my life, and they're like, that's who you're going to build a program for. So I came up with, a power couple master plan, meaning I want to be the person, I want to be your last stop of things that we try, right? I want to teach you how to implement lifestyle versus quick fixes. I want to make sure that I teach you how to do this on your own, so you don't have to always rely on somebody else. And my goal is to always, take that step-by-step systematic approach so that you can do this alone, because we're always constantly seeking the next quick fix, right? This fad and stuff like that. So I developed a signature program so that I can help these couples and families unite. When you do it together, especially that one person that you're with all the time, it's so much easier, right? So that's where that was born. And since then, I've attracted quite a few couples, and it's been really powerful.
Sounds good. Yeah, that was something actually recently that I learned in holistic business consulting too, just to reflect, because it sounds like you get your average customer that walks in and you made a ton of money. So even our company would make $1 million out of a customer that comes in once a year, right? But our 4 times customers are our VIP customers who really make our brand. So it sounds to me that your Power Master Plan is really the cream of your brand making and what really helps your brand. So good for you.
Yeah, I think sometimes we just need to find our niche and really like figure out like who it is that we want to help, right? Like I want to help everyone, to be honest with you. Anyone that will let me. I mean, it doesn't mean I only work with couples. I work with, people that have just beat cancer, and women and men and kids. I have, like right now, because of the lockdown, we've had a lot of sports canceled for kids, and kids need to move. Kids need to exercise. We all do, but kids like really need to get that energy out, especially now that they're sitting at a screen for 6 hours. So I have quite a few, families that are like, hey, can you just help my kid out? And they'll come over for 30 minutes and just have fun. And we turn it into like a math lesson, and we turn it into, just having a healthy relationship with exercise. We talk about what we're going to feed our body after, and it's really, really, really fun.
Oh, so good. Love it. So next question, our lovely master coach. Do you practice self-love and appreciate your growth as a coach? Who has taught you growth the most in your path so far? And what are the gifts of growth that hit a home run for you each time with a client?
So yes, I am the type of coach that hires coaches, because I feel like we all need to have somebody like, serve us too, right? Especially when you're a giver and you're someone who just like wants to just give as much love as possible. Sometimes you need to have that too, or someone standing in your corner. So I have a coach because I know that it's going to serve me well, right? He does the things that I don't really want to do for myself, even though I can. I have the tools to do it. It's just nice to have done. I have a life coach as well, who just helps me through certain moments that I'm just like, we all need it. We all need that love. I have Jesus, and he helps me out with a lot, and I get to talk to him anytime I want to. And that's really important for me in my life. And this is kind of part of my, not part, but it's a huge part of what I do. So a lot of people come to me. We can look up any workout plan on Pinterest for free, right? We can download a recipe for free. All of that stuff we have access to. We all have these click on this button and now I've got your email so I could send you free stuff type of things. But when you look into hiring a coach or someone, what I always suggest people, I'm like, are they going to serve you in every area of your life? So can I cover off exercise? Absolutely. That's what I've been studying for a very, very long time, which is only really 20% of our results. Can I educate you with nutrition advice? Absolutely, because I've been studying that for a very, very long time, and hormones and all the stuff that come along with it. Can I talk to you about your sleep patterns? Because it's a very huge part of your results. Absolutely, because I've studied it. And then connection. So connection's a really big part. Mindset and making sure that we develop habits is really, really crucial to us obtaining this long term. Like, we don't have to look at this, what we're doing here as a sprint. It's a bit of a marathon, right? So everything that we choose today will have an impact for us down the road. So if I can just slowly make these choices, in the long term is going to be way more beneficial than if I try to do it all at once. So those are the kind of
1%.
things.
That's kind of like the 1% rule, right? But I think you're doing more than 1%, but it's still like the gradual growth.
Yeah, and I have like when I have these moments with my clients. So how the online coaching works is I have my own app. And my app is linked to a lot of different other apps like, MyFitnessPal. And so I develop people's programs and I put a calendar together based off of what's good for their lives. So you're not a cookie cutter, right? you're not just running up, or you kind of download this plan and you're like, oh my gosh, it wants me to work out 6 days a week, but I don't have 6 days to work out. So maybe that's not the right plan for you. So you have it customized based off of maybe the equipment that you have access to, if your gym's closed down or you just want to do it from home. So all that is customized. But I do weekly coaching calls, and we have our own private little group on Facebook that nobody can come into unless they're actually a part of my coaching package. And that's where we go in, and I'm there every day. And it's like let's talk about stuff, and we go on these crawls, and we're on Zoom, and we're all together. It's a really beautiful community. And then when we have these moments where like a client's like, I just got through Christmas without craving anything. Like this is not, or I was able to carry this table with my husband into the other room. Like those are the wins we celebrate all the time. It's finding those small things that we couldn't do before, or that maybe hindered our self-confidence and those type of things. And we just we celebrate that. We celebrate every step of the way, which is beautiful. Even if people are like, I slept last night, I'm like, this is so exciting, right?
Yeah, that's what dials me in. Like I actually, like, by all the things that you're telling me, all the details, all the areas that you're working in, that just really makes me tune in and listen. So viewers, while you're tuning into this beautiful interview with Christa Baker, my sister. Sorry.
It was Campbell for a lot longer than it was Baker, so it's all right.
It comes in my brain sometimes. But so while you guys have a chance, like I'm dialed in. Like I'm on my chair right now. I usually sit here as an interviewer. I'm like, I'm dialed in. I'm loving it so much. I really appreciate that. Yeah. So with all that being said, I mean, it leads to the next question with what you're currently selling online that you have to offer us. Tell us a little bit about that and what else is to come in 2021.
Okay. So I am a firm believer. So I take a holistic approach to working with people, and I wait for them to be ready too. I mean, I nudge them a little bit, and then I wait for them to be ready. And it's really amazing when people make their decisions on their own, but with guidance and with love. So this year, actually, tomorrow, I'm starting a launch. I know this, I'm not sure when you're going to air this, Leanne, but I am launching tomorrow. I'm going to be looking for 4 new people to come into my organization. I'm pretty picky with who I work with, only because we always want to make sure we're always the right fit. So there's a bit of an interview process where I allow the person to interview me as much as I'm interviewing that person, because I want to make sure that they're ready. And I don't want to make sure that I don't become their next quick fix, right? Sometimes we have to say no. Sometimes we just say next time, or sometimes we say maybe in a little bit, and that's okay too. So I always want to make sure that, people are ready for this and that they're ready to take on the challenge. I am opening up 4 spots just over the next little while. And I'm always educating people on how to really rid their body of toxins. So I do that through the use of essential oils, and then also with a coffee that I absolutely love, which is why I have coffee and essential oils always around me. Just trying to teach people how to rid their bodies of toxins. I'm a firm believer in gut health because it all starts there. So I love to educate families about that as well. So I will be that. And then I'm also working on a new project, which I won't say too much about because it's in the works, but I'm so excited about it. It's going to be ready for spring. And I will be taking probably groups of 20 every 3 months with that. So through this network, I mean, Leanne, you've been so good, and your people are so amazing. So if any of them reach out to me and they want to friend me on Facebook, so you can friend me under Christa Baker. You can find me on Instagram at FSP Fitness. My private group on Facebook, you could join anytime. I mean, there's tons of fun stuff in there, which is the Family First Fitness group as well. But anybody that comes from your organization, Leanne, I would offer them 10% off, no problem.
Yeah, so you guys make sure you DM Christa Baker, add her on Facebook, add her on Instagram, what she said. You can always go back in this video because you can go back and forth as much as you want and listen to all the details. And there's a ton of info that's in the BlisstOut network of her talking live for the previous 6 months in 2020 when I was using the platform for administration. So that's a wonderful opportunity to go and look at more. And she's got a ton to offer you guys, which leads to this next little talk here. The question is about Instagram. We already talked about that. They're going to be able to reach you there. And the discount, we now know it's 10%, guys. That's really great. And make sure if you guys are tapping in today, we've gone about to 25 minutes. Isn't that amazing? A lot of content. There's a lot of things that have been spoken here that have taken many, many years to create. So likewise with your body and with meeting the right coach, you know, take your time with that right coach, like she's going to do with your interview process. Make sure you get connected to the network. And if you want to be a part of the email list that I've been building, I'm in my own personal process, but I believe by showing up and doing these things every day, just like what she's doing with coaching people with fitness, is that we get great content out there so that we can thrive and support each other as a community.
Mm-hmm.
So that's BlisstOut. That's BlisstOut.network@gmail.com if you guys want to be on the list. And Christa, why don't you let everybody know a little bit more details about how to look at your website, anything that else you want to share?
Yeah. So one thing I do want to say is you kind of touched on it when you said finding the right coach. So I am a firm believer in that. And I know I'm not the right person for everyone, but I know I can help. And how I can is people reach out to me and I know that they would be better connected with one of these other coaches that I know personally, that I can personally vet and say, this would be a better option for you. I think it's better that we find that person. And even if I'm that middleman to help get there, right? I think that's a beautiful thing because I think that's when we share and we just, help guide. For my website, it's under www.fspfitness.com. There's a little construction going on right now. So all the new stuff will be in there by next week.
Okay, and then furthermore, my little gut was just reminding me now, the platform that you are sharing with all those amazing coaches, those are the top of North America, or where are they from?
The world.
The world. Okay, so you have access to some of the top online coaches, which is about 100 that are approved by that standard.
There's 112 in the group right now, but some people are only in there for like the business aspect. So they're not even all graduated yet, which is pretty cool.
Okay, so then that's where you know how to filter, and that's unbelievable because I think all of us learn a different way. But I believe in you, and I am also just like all the watchers with how much I'm doing 7 days a week right now. My goal in order to get Christa's app on my phone has been deleting out of my 20,000 photos. I got through 1,000 this week, so I did my 1%. I'm doing as much as I can, and I'm maintaining my own personal yoga for 21 days. On the 21st, I did 21 days of that. So, I'm healing a knee, but I'm so excited to even, download that too, Christa. I can't wait to work with you physically and have my results. But I've been your sister a long time, and I also know that I can vouch for you. I want all the listeners to know that there's a really great opportunity for you guys all now with Christa Baker and her amazing skills.
Thanks, Leanne.
You're very welcome. So on that note, let's celebrate the end of this with your favorite song. I love you.